Good morning. Today is Monday, March 4th, 2024, 9:18 a.m. I'm sitting here in my office and just getting ready to start focusing on a project, but I wanted to make a reflection here and journal something that happened. Got up this morning at 3:30, I believe, 3 or 3:30. And I've had a fairly productive morning in that I've listened to some really good stuff on YouTube. It was and an audiobook. Made a reflection here and there. But then I was sitting in my office. I realized I had a good prayer that I made this observation that my comfort zone is in my mind. My comfort zone is when I am in a place of thinking and projecting and viewing. But I was even thinking about when I drive with someone, I don't like to listen to the radio. Conversation is good because that engages my mind, but I don't just like to sit and listen to music generally because I will be thinking and going through scenarios, activities, considering a principle, a thought, an activity, a new thought that hit me. And then as I sat there, I was sitting right here in my chair, folded my arms, and I thought, I'm comfortable. And then I remembered the verse that says, a little slumber, a little sleep, a little folding of the arms to rest, and poverty will come upon you. And I realized I'm comfortable. I'm sitting here and my arms are folded. Next thing I know, I'm dozing off and I fell asleep sitting here in my chair on a Monday morning as I'm facing probably the biggest challenge of my life in a very practical sense, because I need to take action now, and the actions I take in the next few weeks are critical. I have no source of income, $0 coming in and thousands of dollars going out every month. And I have a limited supply, a very limited supply. I maybe have another month, maybe two. And then I'm bankrupt in a very real sense because my taxes are going to be due. And I don't have money to take care of that. So I have to generate some income. And that is looming in front of me, and yet I sit, my arms folded, comfortable, and I fell asleep. So what is that? Is that peace? Does that mean I'm at peace or in denial? Does that mean that my body needed rest, and because I had just did a little workout, my resistant bands, I did, and I had breakfast, been drinking my coffee. And I've had that happen before where I will hit that little lull. And I find that when I take a cold shower in the morning, shower and then finish up with a nice stiff cold shower, that really gets the engines going. I should have done that probably. We'll do that here soon, but just wanted to make this reflection. I don't want to fall asleep. And I don't want to be forced out of my comfort zone. What I want to do is move my comfort zone. I want to be comfortable in production. And I am. See, that's the other thing. I have another comfort zone, and that comfort zone is when I'm in a flow state, when I'm on a project, and I am driving toward a goal. That's how I've written programs and worked through really severe and complicated client problems and systems, managed to overcome some pretty steep challenges over the years. And when I'm in that state, I'm comfortable. So I guess I just need to pick my right comfort state and stay there, or recognize that there's a balance and not worry about it too much. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Today's March 4th. We'll see where we're at on April 4th and what's happened between now and then, because the rubber is getting, well, the rubber's hit the road. Now it's like the rubber's wearing out, and now we're onto the rims. I'm going to need a new tire here pretty soon. So whatever the metaphor is, I've got to make something happen. And my mind is literally, it's lit up. I've got a dozen different things that are bright and shiny in front of me, and I work on this one, then I go to this one, then I go to this one, then I go back to this one. And I'm making a little progress on all of them. And in my prayer this morning, I came to the conclusion that I don't know that I can pick one. Because as soon as I pick one, I work on it, and then something triggers me, and I look at the other project, and then I start focusing on that. And then maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing. What I mean by that is, maybe that's what my brain is telling me, that I need to navigate all of these projects. Now that's counterintuitive. That's counter everything I've heard about picking a path and focus on it. And that's exactly right. So is that a distraction? Is that an anomaly? Or is this something that is in the scope of my ability to do, and I just haven't fully materialized that? I want to write a book. I want to put together this program and build this company. I want to do this ministry. There's multiple books I want to write. Different products that I could create. Consulting that I could do. Listening to Jim Rohn this morning, I heard him make this phrase: coulda, shoulda, don't versus coulda, shoulda, will. And I have the will to do these things. And that's the challenge. I'm my own bottleneck here. I get in my own way. And what is my way? What is the right way? What is the one thing that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? And I wrote down the other day, the one thing is to sell the company that I create for 9 figures. That's the one thing I can do. Well, that's certainly not, I don't have a company to begin with. So, then what's the one thing I can do this year that will lead me to that goal? And then what's the one thing I can do this month and this week and then today that will lead me to that goal? So is that the one thing? Well, that's I guess, the one thing that I have to settle on is, what is the one thing? That's my one thing. You see how this can be circular. This will be good for a therapist to listen to, maybe. Maybe they can see something in this that I'm missing. And it's very likely that I'm missing something obvious. I know that I have the ability to do these things. I can do all of these things. And then I start working on them, and then I get limited. I get a caution light goes off because I don't have any money coming in. And Yeah, I don't know if that's fear, angst, but I'm not afraid. That's the other thing. I'm not afraid. I do get overwhelmed at times. And I do get melancholy, thinking about the past and the decisions I made. And I look at this pile of work that I've done that's here, that represents hundreds of hours of writing, of thinking, of reflecting, right here on this desk. And so, Lord, that's I guess my prayer is, and my goal, my objective is to take and make this all mean something. To turn this into something that will make a difference in the lives of people. If not, then what was it for? If not, it was nothing but a big distraction and everybody was right. I was delusional. And it was a delusion. But I don't think that's the case, because I go back and I read what I wrote and it makes sense. It's concise. It's clear. And I don't know. And that's the risk. Because the risk is that I'm in an echo chamber and I'm looking at it, and because I wrote it, I think it's good. Or is it good because what it says actually makes sense? But I read the sentences and I see the thoughts and I see the paragraph construction and I see the principle and I follow that, and it appears to make sense to me. It's like when I write a program and it's good, it works, it's tight. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that right now. I just wanted to make this reflection. March 4th. 2024. Isn't that funny? March 4th. The only day of the year that's a command. March 4th. Well, I'm going to take that to heart today. I'm going to March 4th. On March 4th. We'll see what happens. All right, that's all.